Am I live? Hopefully. Alright, well, it's Chris here with Gaddis Aquariums and Reptiles. Dank Tanks, what's going on, man? Is my audio working good and everything? Got my book there. Awesome. Alright, well, today I just figured we'd talk a little bit about what's been going on around here, what's going to be going on around here, you know, the builds and projects that we're going to be doing. Really, I mean, we have a whole lot going on around here. Awesome, Dank. Have fun with your editing there. First, I figured I'd talk about the 10,000 gallon pond that we're building. It's out back, and it's 30 foot long, 10 foot wide, and it's about 4 foot deep or so. And it's going to house our pacu and our arowana and our tiger shovelnose red tail hybrid. And I'm going to build a greenhouse covering over it, and it's going to also have big branches and stuff like that, and that's where my iguana is also going to live out there. Yep, Dank, 10,000 gallons. It's quite the endeavor, especially digging it by hand. We've almost got it though. We've got it, I think, 40 inches in the deepest part now, and the rest of it is 3 foot or more. Yep, that 10,000 gallon pond has been a lot of work back there. I'm also rebuilding the porch out back. That's been a lot of fun too, a lot of hard work. Yeah, getting strong with the shovels. Yeah, kids are out there too, building it, you know, helping me dig it and everything. So they're learning some shovel work as well. Yeah, here in a couple days we're actually going to start building up the berms and everything and the shelving in there. There's going to be 4 foot deep in the main bottom part of it, and then it's going to come up a level around the edge and everything. And then it's going to have the greenhouse, like I was saying, on it, with all kinds of big limbs in there, waterfall on one side, and our iguana is going to be in there. And I'm probably going to build some type of bridge, maybe a little dock or something in there, some way that we can get out towards the middle and mess with the fish, or mess with the iguana, give him feeding areas and all that, you know. But yep, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work. The kids are definitely putting in some work out there. I've been kind of using it as a punishment somewhat. They get in trouble and everything, they go out and dig. And other than that, we've been putting in, you know, hour or two a day here, hour or two a day there. It's taking a little while. I really wish we had the equipment to do it, you know, the quick way and everything, but it's also got to wait for money and everything to be right, for all the equipment and everything to be bought. Sleeping good at night. I've still got the business to run too, so I'm still up late nights and everything. I ain't go to sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning usually, and waking up at 8 or so in the morning. Yeah, this behind me here is my 40 gallon tank, 40 breeder. It's got my crappie. It's got a couple oh yeah, the kids definitely wearing their butts out, and they're going to sleep good. Yep. Yeah, this 40 gallon breeder right behind me has got the blue gourami in it. It's got a couple wild caught crappie that I got off the Brazos River, and it's got actually a new addition in it too, if you can see him in there. I don't know where he's at. Oh, he's right there on the log, a little turtle. Found him while I was down at my mom's house this last week. He was just running around in her backyard. decided to pick him up and bring him home. Little red-eared slider. How's it been? How things been doing with you there, Dank? Been watching some of your videos and everything. Good, good, awesome. All right. See if I can get this glare off my eyes there. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, he's a pretty cool little guy. He swims around. He's got that little log up there to get out the water for a few minutes. Been working on making actual videos. Yeah, me and you both, bud. I've been trying to catch up on that last week. I was down at my mom's house. Didn't get to do a whole lot while I was there, other than work. So, what's going on, Slash Master? Dank Tanks building a little beta paludarium. Awesome. Yeah, here pretty soon I'm going to be working on a guess it's a paludarium, riparium, whatever it's called, for my fire belly newts. It's probably going to be about 30 by 30, 6 inches tall. It's going to be a cool little newt setup, hopefully. I'm going to try to use the white Flex Seal liquid. I'm gonna see if that stuff will work and see if it actually is fish safe and stuff, because I've seen a lot of posts and everything online, and I cannot figure out whether it's actually fish safe or not, because nobody has actually used it. There's been lots of questions and lots of answers saying that people have messaged them saying that messaging the manufacturer and everything saying that stuff is fish safe once it's fully cured. But then nobody's ever actually put it to use. You know, I can't find anybody who's actually ever done it. So figure I'll give it a try, and people can learn from me if it's not or if it is. The water section will be about 3.5 gallons in an 18 by 12 by 12 Exoterra. Awesome. Little one of the tall cube ones. I believe I have one over there actually. That's awesome. You gonna put any type of reptiles in it, like any frogs or anything like that? It'd be a cool little dart frog enclosure up top if you wanted to go that way with it. But it may also end up being an expensive toilet because you're having the beta in there. Yeah, I did the same thing with the brown silicone on a vivarium. So much better than clear, but no one ever used it. Yeah, I've used all different kinds of silicone now. GE Type 1 makes probably 6 or 7 different colors, I think. I've used most of them, and it works just fine. No worse than the clear, no better. And I don't think so, so I'm going to put our bromeliads up top. Now, what's a bromeliad? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we put out a video earlier today on our convict cichlids up there. Our convict red terrors and our one big convict. His name is Sinister. He's an awesome looking guy. If anybody hasn't checked that out, that'd be a good video to check out. Bromeliad. Do a quick search on it real quick. Is it like a rainforest type plant or big leaves? I'm probably just going to use a lot of pothos in mine. Oh, okay, yeah, those are some pretty cool looking plants. Got the red tops and the green leaves on them. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Those would look awesome in a cool little paludarium for beta. Oh, okay, it roots into trees. That's awesome. What's going on, LS Aquariums? Glad you can make it. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. Take all the help I could get for sure. Dang tanks, I have them in all my dark frog tanks. Yeah, they look cool. I like them. That red up top contrasting with that dark green around the bottom would look sick in a paludarium setup. Yep. So what else we got? Oh, we just upgraded the saltwater tank. I forgot about that. I was gonna do just a whole edited video on the saltwater tank, but I'm gonna be doing a fish room / reptile room update here in a couple days. So I, kind of skipped out on doing that video, and I'm just gonna include it into the whole update video. As my wife also found a really cool lizard that we decided to keep, so we got that new as well, and then we got the turtle here, and then the saltwater tank. We got a new fish for it, so you'll have to stay tuned to see what the new stuff is for that tank and the new lizard. Don't want to spoil the surprise on the video. Yeah, they are some awesome creatures, and the lizard, the new lizard that we got, I will go ahead and give you that hint. It is a lizard, and I believe it's a female. It looks to be jam-packed with eggs, so hopefully we may get some free babies out of that thing. Yeah, I have tons of different types of animals, Dank. We have dogs, we have a cat, we have the leopard geckos, we have that new lizard. I used to have snakes, have the iguana, have all these fish tanks around here, one of them saltwater. Plan on doing a reef pretty soon, actually. Once I move the Pacu and the Oscars outside, that tank in there is going to turn into a reef because it's got the dual overflow and sump set up. LS Aquariums just got fish. Fish are my favorite of our animals. Of course, Iris, my big dog, has been with us for about 3 or 4 years now, and she's became more of a family member than a pet or a dog. LS haven't done any type of salt yet. No, not even just a fish only saltwater tank. You oughta, if you haven't, you ought to try that out. Before you go to a reef or anything. The fish only tanks, they're pretty easy to take care of. You could just do water changes like your regular salt tanks, or like your regular freshwater tanks. Just do your water changes. The only thing that's any more difficult is making sure your salt is at the right, your salt water's, the salinity's correct and temperature's correct, so you don't shock anything. Just take a little more care is all it is. A lot of the times they're not, especially the fish only tanks, those are not too much more expensive than what even a freshwater tank is. You don't have to have any type of certain type of lighting for the fish, because they don't, they really don't need lighting other than for our viewing pleasure. What needs the lighting is the corals and all that stuff. Now I've actually did my own little DIY algae skimmer over there to help keep that one clean. It's a fish only tank with hermit crabs and then the new fish we put in there. Yep. I was always kind of worried to get into it too, because I didn't want it to cost a whole crap ton. I'm able to run all these freshwater tanks off of just one air pump, and I didn't want to have to do a whole separate setup over there and worry about all that. But my kids brought home them Galveston hermit crabs, and I had to do something for them, and so now we got a little saltwater tank. LS Aquariums, would you say a bigger tank would be easier to maintain in saltwater? I would say, yeah, it kind of goes along the same way that freshwater tanks do, to where, the more water volume you have, the harder it is to swing parameters too far out of whack. But you know, they don't get too difficult until you start getting into the reef setups and having to keep corals. Corals take a lot of upkeep. HC Aqua in the house. What's going on, man? Glad you could make it. Today we're just doing a little, you know, chit chat, fish fam talk, you know, talking about some of the things that are going on here with us, and hoping to learn about some of the things y'all are doing as well. Yeah, we've got the backyard coming along pretty quickly. Hopefully we can get the tubs up and running pretty soon. That way I can get the arowana in them out of these 100-gallon tanks and into those 500 and 350-gallon totes. And you know, give them a little bit more space for now until we get the tropical pond set up. Yep, I had to do a video whenever we go collect the wood for that big iguana setup and everything that's going to be on top of the pond. 'Cause I'm gonna have to get some big wood to, you know, stick up out that pond 4 foot deep, and then plus stick up out of there and everything for him to climb around on. That's going to be a fun endeavor. LS aquariums. I've just been working on my cichlid tank recently. What type of cichlids do you have? Is it Malawi cichlids, Tanganicans, South Americans, Centrals? I have Centrals and South Americans here in our fish room. Dang tanks, I had fun getting my driftwood. I have a ton of fun when I go out and hike and look for driftwood and just rocks from the Texas area. I can find Texas holy rock around here sometimes, but I've got to really search for it. But yeah, my driftwood hunting trips are always fun. I'm hoping to go on another one pretty soon. I'll take y'all along on that one. LS Aquarium's got African cichlids. Nice. You got the Malawis or Victorians, Tanganicans. Probably butchered the Tanganican name, but oh well. I'd like to take a trip one of these days and go see Lake Malawi or Lake Tanganyika or something. Yeah, those are the blue gouramis, the 3 spots, I believe is what they're also called. Yeah, I've got 3 of them in here. I believe that one's our male right there, and then there's 2 more females back there. LS Aquariums, more Malawi, I do believe. Yeah, the Malawis are the ones that are, you know, the rock dwellers that all like the open space and everything and the free roam. I love those. Those have some beautiful colors. Really, my wife wants a tank, but it's just too far out of the whack of what I do here that I really don't want to get a Malawi tank or any type of African cichlid tank yet. HC Aqua, did you hear that if you breed blue and breed a blue with a gold, you get purple babies? Well, on these gouramis, that would be awesome. Lifeless Fish, glad you could make it out. Nice seeing you at your stream earlier. That'd be cool. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a couple of those golds and see if we can breed some purples in here. That'd be awesome. I've never seen a purple one. Yeah, the LS Aquariums, those purple just sounds like it would be cool. Just way out of the ordinary. I've never seen them. Yep. See what else we got going on around here. I always write down everything, that way I can remember it. Bad memory. Oh yeah, been working on this all day. I've been taking a break from digging the pond, so I've been working on my Cory rack across the room there. HC Aqua, yeah, a channel called Kemuku. Hopefully I didn't tear that up too bad. Kemuki Backyard has documented it. I have to check that channel out. Sounds cool. Let me write that down real quick. If I got a pen on it. Nope. I don't want to have to move too far. Okay. I'll check it out later. But Kemuki Backyard. Life with Fish. Thanks, House Things. Things are great around here. Just a ton of work. Trying to keep ourselves busy. Try to get some of these projects out of the way and actually taken care of. And other than that, just enjoying life and enjoying the fish room and reptile room. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Yep, gotta love the fish fam. This fish fam, this community that we have going here is awesome, and we all help each other out. Everybody subs each other up. Everybody shares each other's stuff out and everything. Okay, HC Aqua just posted up a link of that purple gourami video if anybody wants to check it out, which I will do after my stream here. Now, of course, Bob Steenfott's going to be live after me, so I'm going to be checking that out and probably see a couple of y'all there as well. But yeah, like I was saying, we've been working on the Cory rack over here across the way. Oh, sorry. Just ate and burps are trying to come back up now. Sorry. Yeah, don't go yet. Yeah, just haul butt on y'all and take off and watch the video instead of doing my stream. So later, guys, go watch some purple gouramis. Yeah, I've been working on that Cory rack over there. It's gonna have 7 10-gallon tanks, a 20-gallon tank, and then a 60-gallon tank. And it's going to be used to breed our Corys, and then hopefully that 60-gallon on the bottom will be the grow-out tank for all of them once they, reach a certain size. Life with Fish, like everyone. Yes, if you could drop a like on this, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that was a cool live stream you did earlier, Life with Fish. I really enjoyed seeing those new goldfish and stuff that you got, and then checking out your oxalotl and your snake and your other pets, guinea pigs, whatnot. That was definitely awesome. I definitely like how you do everything with the tubs. That's awesome for a budget setup, and they work great. That's the same thing I use for my quarantine around here. I just use a tote and a sponge filter, and that way I can tear it down when I don't need it and just bring it back out when I do. But yeah, I find all my tanks secondhand and everything like you were talking about earlier. Very rarely buy a brand new tank, and if I do, it's from the $1 per gallon sale. Which I know you don't have that there, but luckily we do have it here, so I'm able to get most of my tanks at $1 a gallon or cheaper. Some of these tanks I've even acquired just people giving them to me. Know that I work with fish and reptiles so much, they just give me their tanks. HC Aqua, same here. Rarely buy a brand new tank. I mean, really, if you're gonna have a lot of tanks or whatever, and if you're going for looks and everything, then brand new tank isn't something that the tank's gonna be one of your cheaper expenses if you do everything right. So but if you're just doing breeding or whatever, and kind of like we're doing here in our fish room, I don't set these things up for looks. I set them up to give that fish a good home and hopefully produce some babies for me so I can buy other fish and give them a good home. And it doesn't have to look great to do that. I make them look as best as I can, but I worry more about giving them the best water quality I can and giving them the best life that I can give them, So having a nice, pristine tank and stand, it's kind of on the back burner for me. Of course, I would love to have all my things looking spectacular and all that, but when you're a fish hoarder like me, can't have everything looking great. You just do what you can. I definitely would consider myself a fish hoarder. I would say we're probably a couple hundred fish around here at least. That's not counting the babies. Hopefully with that tropical pond that we're doing out back, I can kind of turn our setup here, or at least our backyard setup, into a kind of fish rescue type thing for people who do buy those oversized fish and everything that shouldn't be sold at PetSmarts and Petco's, and or even in the aquarium hobby at all. That way they'll have a place to bring them around here, because we have nowhere. Closest place is Abilene, which is an hour and a half away, and then maybe Lubbock, but a lot of those places won't even take your fish anymore because they have so many coming. HC Aqua, when do I think I'll finish the pond? We're just about done with the digging. Right now, what I'm trying to figure out is pricing the pond liner and everything, which I think I've figured out my pond liner and got a good price on it. So next step is just buying everything, and it's all just when the money becomes available to drop on that sort of thing. But I'm expecting here within the next month or two it should start getting water in it, hopefully. And then after that we got to start building the greenhouse covering that's going to go over it for the iguana, and then we'll have a pretty nice cool 10,000 gallon pond set up for the iguana and our big fish around here, and possibly start rescuing everything. HC Aqua, yes, hand and shovel. It was 2 boys and me, and just got after it out there. A couple hours a day, as many days a week as we could afford to put in the time, and we've almost got it done. It's definitely become a lot more work than I expected it to be. We got some hard, like caliche type dirt around here that just terrible trying to dig in it. Oh, excuse me. Took a little down the wrong pipe there. Nice. That's how you did yours at your dad's house. How big was it? Like, you know, square footage, like how long and wide? And this one we're doing is 10 foot by 30 foot and 4 foot deep. HC Aqua, I was a lot younger back then though. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting any younger, and it's taking a toll on my body for sure out there digging a couple hours a day. You know, it was only 500 gallon, forget the dimensions. Drifting driftwood, you gonna go to the gym like Joey, bro? No, gym's not the place for me. If I'm gonna work out and do something, be putting in some shovel work, or I deal with glass all day, so I'm constantly lifting over 50, 60, 70 pounds over my head and higher, so I get a pretty good workout doing that. HC Aqua, wow, that's a huge one you're building. Yeah, it's pretty good sized pond. It's definitely going to be big enough to house the tiger shovel nose and arowana and stuff that we have around here. They'll be happy with it. Only thing about building it that big is the materials to seal it in, no matter what you're doing, even pond liner, is a little pricey. I looked at doing concrete bottom on it, and it was going to cost me $1,000, I think, something like that, to do a 6-inch slab down there. And I would want to go deeper than 6 inches if I was going to do a concrete slab, and then even then I'd still have to seal it in with some type of pond sealer. So I'm just going to do a pond liner. I think the one I found is around $500, which ain't too terrible, but not that cheap either. Yeah, and then I'm also looking at the rock and stuff to do the waterfall area. I've got a it's a skinny long water storage tank. It's about 8 foot long and only about 1.5 foot wide, and then 2 foot tall. not sure on the gallonage or anything like that, but I'm going to cut the top off of it, put some fittings in it, and that's going to be my filter in there. And it's going to be built into the waterfall area. Hopefully I can make some type of cool little feature. But as I said, there's going to be a greenhouse covering over it. That way tropical fish around here, or the tropical fish and the iguana, can last around here. Now, we are in Texas, so it stays pretty even. Even during the dead of winter, it really never gets too terribly cold. This year we got into the single digits, but that's not very often. But it does get a little colder here than what they would like in the winter, so I'm going to have to do the greenhouse cover. That way it doesn't get too terribly cold. I figure if we have the greenhouse, all the tropical fish plus the iguana can all last out there no problem. And even here in the fish room, we don't run any heaters on any of our aquariums or anything, so they just deal with whatever temperature it is in our house, which tends to fluctuate. And this winter we got down into I believe it was like 68 or so. Some of the tanks got down to there, and then right now it's 97 degrees outside, and some of these tanks are sitting at 85 degrees, and they deal with those temperature fluctuations, pretty well. I haven't had any die-offs or anything because of it, and works out pretty well. It makes for hardy fry whenever they breed. The fry come out able to withstand those type of temperature swings and everything, and it makes it a lot easier to sell your fish off to a store. They tend to last a lot longer than what most do. Like like if I was to keep all my tanks here at exactly 80 degrees and raise all my fry at 80 degrees, then when I took them to a store, they were running their tanks 76 degrees. Those fish ain't never gonna know it. They've never felt 76 degree water, so they really don't know how to act in it. And they're gonna end up not doing as well as what they would do as my fish here that go from 70s, low 70s up to the low 80s. Yeah, during the summer here at nighttime, we usually fluctuate from about 78 at night up to about 85 at day. So I mean, they deal pretty well with it. We run some of our cool water fish here at pretty high temperature, and they deal with it pretty well. We have the crappie here. Those guys are a temperate fish, and they do pretty good in this tropical water here. And we also have a couple perch up front. Those guys do pretty good in the tropical water as well, and they color up beautifully in tropical water. And it might also be the diet that I'm giving them. They're getting fresh shrimp and tilapia and the like. Yeah, how's everybody else doing? What do y'all have going on in y'all's fish rooms or tanks or reptile rooms, whatever you have? I hate that glare that I get on my glasses there. Now right eye's got a bad glare on it. Crap, sorry guys.
Need a crappy drawing of a pink bird thing? Ask your niece. Go to
My apologies. Pop up my chat again. Screwed it up. My microphone's in the way. I can't see nothing. Pop out chat. Alright, much better. Alright, how many do we have here right now watching? 5? Get all my stuff back up here. Sorry, having some technical difficulties. HC Aqua's got a baby turtle in there too. Wow. Yes, sir. When I was at my mom's house this past week, I spent like 4 or 5 days there helping her do some stuff and going to my little niece's birthday party. And while I was out weed eating in the backyard, that guy was walking around back there, almost got stepped on. And the closest pond to her house is a couple blocks away at least, so he made a pretty good trip back there, so I figured I'd just go ahead and take him home. And there he is back there, standing on top of the wood. You can see his tail and his little feet dangling in. That one surprised you? Yeah, he's got a little perch right there that he likes to come out of the water onto. It only goes out of the water a couple inches, but it's just perfect enough for him to get out of there. He's going to be getting a new setup pretty soon. We just got him in there a couple days ago, but he'll get a basking lamp and all that fun stuff. And he'll be going out to the greenhouse as well once that gets set up. The greenhouse tropical pond, that build. You know, he'll be going out there as well with our tropical, with our arowana and our pacu and all them other big fish that need to go out to it. And like I said, I'm going to be trying to rescue. Can we see the perch? Is that too hard, or is it too hard? I can see if I can pop up a picture of him. He's in the living room right now. I'm in the bedroom / fish room. It would be a little too hard to take y'all in there, but hopefully I can pop something up here maybe. Media source. Microphone's getting in my way today. No, I've got a quick video that I just took the other day that's got him in it. Well, apparently I can't find it. I'll be doing a fish room / reptile room update here in a few days, so you'll be able to see it on that. He's pretty good size actually. He's about 6 inches, maybe 7 inches long. He's in there with the Oscars and the pacu. Drift and Driftwood, did you ever eat turtle? I think they do down your way, don't they? I've never tried it. I've never tried it either. I have heard of a few people around here. I believe it was one of my aunt's ex-husbands used to cook turtle and eat it. He said it was delicious. I never tried it though. I believe they do that stuff a lot down there near the coast. I'm actually in West Texas in the desert area, west central area between Abilene, Lubbock, and Midland. We don't have a crap ton of ponds or rivers or lakes around here, so turtles aren't that abundant. So we don't have like that type of thing happening very often, I guess. We do have one pond here in town that's some really good fishing though. I pulled out a few couple pound catfish out of there and some pretty big perch and pretty big crappie and bass as well. Other than that, we have the Colorado River, but it's almost dried up, and we have a lake about 30 miles away, but it's just about dried up too. We constantly have droughts around here. See if I got anything else that I was supposed to be talking about? Oh yeah, I never even finished talking about the quarry rack. Yeah, it's across the room there, and it's gonna hold about 7 10-gallon tanks and one 20-gallon tank and a 60-gallon. And the 60-gallon hopefully is going to be used to grow them out from the time that they're able to go in together till the time that they're sellable. And then the 20-gallon and one of the 10 gallons or a couple of the 10 gallons will be used for the actual breeding. And then a couple of the other 10 gallons will be grow out tanks until they get sizable enough to go down into the 60. But I'll probably do a short kind of talk about that on the update here in a couple days, but it's not done yet and won't be done by the time I do the update, so won't be doing too much talking about it. It's going to get its own video. But yeah, should make my breeding, my corridor breeding setup kind of easier. That way I don't have to move them from across the room to their grow out tanks and stuff. So I'll have them all in the same area. Yeah, if y'all have any questions about anything I've talked about so far, go ahead and ask them. Any questions about anything else, anything you want to know about me, anything you want to know about Gaddis aquariums and reptiles. Oh yeah, the name change. Yes, we did change our name probably a week ago or so, from Gaddis Aquatics to Gaddis Aquariums and Reptiles, with the acronym of GAR before it. GAR I figured would be a lot more palatable to people than what Gaddis is. A lot of people get that name wrong. They say either Gaddis or Gaddis or something else, but it's Gaddis, and figured GAR would be easier. Or either that, or I could talk like a pirate. Just GAR. Yep. How's everybody else doing? I mean, how's your day going? What have you been doing in your fish room here lately? If you got the name wrong, LS, it's okay. Everybody does. There's the Gaddis Pizza screwed it up for me. Yep. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna be doing a bunch of rescapes and stuff here pretty soon. Got a few tanks that just don't look very appealing anymore, and we got to go out and find some hardscape materials. And no, Gaddis is not my first name. HC Aqua, that's the last name. Chris is my first name. Christopher to be exact, but go by Chris. And Gaddis is our last name, and it's originally an Irish name, I believe, if my dad is to be believed about our heritage anyway. And then I got some German from my mom's side of the family. But yep, the Irish, you can see with the red beard and all that fun stuff. I like to tell my kids that I'm a leprechaun from time to time. Tell them you can't have this red a beard and this majestic of a beard and not be a leprechaun. Just don't work like that. Yep. What is your first name, HC Aqua? I don't think I've ever heard it either. And then LS, I believe somebody said your name in the chat a few minutes ago. I'm not seeing it. Lars. There it is. Jesse and Lars. Alright. And you're from HC Aqua, Jesse, you're from out in Hawaii, right? LS Aquariums, where are you located at, if you don't mind me asking? H-Yaku, yep, out in Hawaii. Cool. I definitely want to visit there one of these days. It'd be cool. Definitely be a awesome place to take the family and do some videography and stuff for the channel. Haven't been out of Texas many times though. I've been to Louisiana once or twice on business trips, and out to New Mexico a couple times. I lived there for about a year, but other than that, I've really never been out of Texas. LS Aquariums, I'm in Arkansas, but I grew up in Texas. Awesome. Where'd you grow up? Grow up here in Texas, if you don't mind me asking. I've been all throughout Texas. I lived in East Texas, I lived in North Texas, I've lived in South Texas, and now we live in West Texas. But this is actually where I grew up at here. Actually about 20 miles away in a little town called Colorado City. It's right on the Colorado River, and which I guess is where they got the name from. LS Aquariums, a little north of Houston. Awesome. That's where my wife's family lives, right there north of Houston in the Humble, Huffman area, up there by Spring and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. Grew up here in Texas. Luckily you got out, huh? Nah, Texas is a pretty cool place. Splendora, to be exact. I don't think I've ever heard of that town. I have to look it up later to see how far away, out of the way from them other places are. Yeah, you know where the Huffman Humble area is at? Cool. Yeah, that's where my wife's family lives at now. They used to live down here. They moved back down that area a couple years ago. Dad's family's there. Awesome. Yeah, I believe I have a cousin that lives there too, somewhere out in that area, out in Houston. Yeah, we've lived out here in this town. We've been in this house here for 5 years now, I believe, and we're just working on getting it fixed up and looking decent, and hopefully we can buy like a ranch or a piece of land here pretty soon and move Gaddis Aquariums and Reptiles into that, and have a ranch. We're wanting to call it the Lazy G Ranch, the Lazy Gaddis. Excuse me. Okay, Splendora is right there, 10 minutes north of Humble. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we were at one time we were thinking about trying to move down there to the Humble area, but ended up not working out the way we planned, and ended up having to stay here. So, but now that we're fixing this place up, it's actually not too bad anymore. But anyways, guys, drawing to a close here. It's about 5 minutes till time to call this an end. We have tons of cool stuff coming up here in the fish room, and like I was saying, we've got the pond build, we've got the outdoor tubs, we've got I've got all kinds of outdoor projects that I'm doing, and if y'all want to see those, just let me know. I can do some videos on the porch build. I've just rebuilt my deck right here in the back, and I'm almost done with it. And if y'all want me to film a little extra and do a little update of that, I can. We have our live streams here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Missed it last week because, like I was saying, I was in my mom's house and everything. I didn't get back till Thursday night, so wasn't able to make my live stream. But I would have. I left my darn charger here at the house for my computer. Ended up killing my computer while I was editing a video and couldn't find a replacement to use. But yeah, we do uploads 3 days a week here. We got all kinds of fish, all types of reptiles. Got a saltwater tank. Probably gonna be working on another one pretty soon. Yeah, all types of projects, all types of little DIY videos and contraptions that I build, and you know, the like, and do some little spotlights on some of our more personality, more, I guess, personable fish, the ones that have personality and stuff around here. I do spotlight videos on those guys, and you know, I'm glad everybody got to come out, and nice chatting with the fish fam. Hope to see some of y'all at the Steamfot stream here in just a few minutes, and I'm gonna get back to working on my Cory rack over there, try to get it finished up so I can do a video on that, and hope to see y'all next Thursday here at the same time. Other than that, y'all have a good one. No problem, HC. We'll see y'all later. See y'all at the next one. If I can find the stop streaming button.